Our firm is an environmental boutique that functions at the intersection of finance and the environment. So we can help resolve environmental problems that might otherwise derail a business deal. So for example, some years ago, I helped structure a deal that insulated the investors from some of the potential liabilities of a landfill that they wanted to acquire while preserving for them the upside of the investment. We're working with a company that acquires manufacturing companies and other companies that have good operations but have significant environmental problems. The company we're working with acquires those companies, resolves the problems, and then operates them profitably. They don't flip the company. We've also had a series of successes in environmental litigation. For example, we defeated arguments by the United States Justice Department in a landmark hazardous waste site case in the United States Court of Appeals for the Seventh Circuit. We recently succeeded in resolving on favorable terms for our client, Electric Boat Corporation, a litigation brought by ExxonMobil against Electric Boat and other companies at a hazardous waste site in Long Island City, Queens. And we succeeded in forcing Getty Properties to spend over $1 million remediating a hazardous waste problem that it created or contributed to. Additionally, we achieved a settlement of over $1 million from Getty and from another defendant in that same action for our client. At a we-do-everything kind of law firm, environmental work is just, in many cases, another profit center. And the environmental attorneys who are working in that area are not going to tell you anything that the partner in charge doesn't want you to hear. So our independence can be a real value to clients. If you want high quality, independent environmental representation and advice at a reasonable cost, we would be delighted to chat. Well, the Trump administration has been trying to roll back some of the harsher regulations that were put in place by the Obama administration. There's been mixed success. They have successfully redone the so-called waters of the state regulation, which would have provided expansive control by US EPA and the Army Corps of Engineers over lands of farmers, ranchers, and the like, and would have actually impacted homeowners in suburban areas as well. So that regulation is now being redone. But the administration has been unsuccessful in rolling back the ozone regulations that were adopted in October 2015 and then under the Clean Air Act go into effect within 2 years thereafter. And we'll be implementing those regulations beginning this spring, April, May 2018. And these regulations will have far-reaching effect on a wide range of industries that manufacture, print, package, and do other things that will be affected by the regulations. Now, it's important because the regulations limit the emissions of volatile organic compounds, which are contained in solvents, and nitrogen oxide, which are functions of combustion. And volatile organic compounds come from solvents, which are used in inks, paints, printing, packaging, and a whole host of other industrial purposes. Similarly, nitrogen oxide is emitted by large industrial boilers and even from some hospitals and hotels. So there will be winners and losers in these regulations. If you are investing in or thinking of acquiring a company that's lucky enough to be in a so-called attainment area, meaning having already attained these new regulations, then you'll have a potential advantage over competitors located in non-attainment areas. By contrast, if you invest in a company that's in a non-attainment area and haven't fully thought through the implications of these new regulations for capital investment process changes, restrictions on expansion and, of facilities, then you may overpay. There are roughly 500 counties or more, based on a number of industrial group studies, that will be impacted. So this is nationwide throughout the United States, and it is being implemented beginning April, May 2018. We have an executive summary of the new ozone regulations, and we are just finishing a much more elaborate white paper on the new ozone regulations. And if anyone would like a copy, please contact me. We'll be delighted to send you either the executive summary or the more elaborate white paper, and I hope it'll be of some help to you. The green bond market has expanded to over $100 billion in 2017. And so there are opportunities to use green bond financing in putting together deals. The reason the green bonds have become so popular is that a large number of institutional investors, pension funds and the like, have earmarked a percentage of their portfolio for green investments. So demand is outstripping supply. In the M&A context, the money is frequently raised through private placements rather than public offerings. But green bonds are a perfectly suitable vehicle for private placements. Of course, the institutional investors' requirements for creditworthiness and the like would have to be met. But the liquidity in the market is of real benefit to people trying to put together deals that have environmental benefits as a part of that deal. So, for example, if you're reducing energy consumption, increasing efficiency, reducing water usage, reducing effluent discharge as part of a deal, you can show some environmental benefit, then the green bonds are an attractive way to go. Now, there are certain criteria. Generally speaking, an independent party review is needed, but those things can be managed, and issuers of green bonds frequently reserve to themselves substantial flexibility as to the use of proceeds. If you would like more information about the potential use of green bonds to help finance a transaction, please contact us. Again, my name is Norman Bernstein. My email address is N.W.Bernstein@nwbllc.com. Look forward to chatting. Thanks.